Pasta primavera. That means spring. First things first. Let's start with about 150 grams of zucchini. Slice the ends off and then slice in half. And with a spoon, scoop out the flesh and seeds, and then slice that half in half and cut into small chunks. Now, pasta primavera can be interpreted in many different ways as it can be made with any vegetables, but at the end of the day, just like every recipe, it does have an origin story. But like most recipe origin stories, it can end up like broken telephone and you can possibly never be right after all the research you do. Just go look at the origin story of one of the most controversial pastas ever created, pasta carbonara. Pasta Grammar and TrigTube have two great videos on it, so check them out. Now back to this recipe. Up next, we have about 200 grams of cremini mushrooms that we're gonna wipe clean and remove the stems and then cut into quarters. Now, the origin of this dish goes back to the 70s in New York, where famed restaurateur Ciao Macchione created a dish while on a trip and basically emptied out the fridge and created pasta primavera. Now, Italians in Italy have been making pasta with vegetables since forever, but Ciao is the one that made it popular in the States and made it the most talked about dish in Manhattan at the time. And the restaurant that made this dish so popular was Le Cirque, a French restaurant that had its most popular dish being an Italian one. Next up is 140 grams of broccoli. Just use the florets here and cut into small pieces, and don't forget to slice the hard fibrous skin from the stalks and eat it as a snack. It's one of my favorites and it's so good. Now, there's a written recipe of this dish in the New York Times that is Le Cirque's version made by famous food critic Craig Claiborne. And then there's a Saveur video, hopefully I said that right, where Mario Macchione, the son of Ciao, creates the dish on camera. But both recipes are very similar but seem to be missing a few ingredients. So what is the true recipe? I don't know. But I'm gonna finish this video and recipe with the best way that I saw and felt like worked the best. Up next is about 80 grams of asparagus. I'm peeling them to give them a real restaurant look and slicing them on a bias. But peeling them does help get rid of that little outer layer of fibrous skin. Then get yourself 80 grams of frozen peas. If using fresh, you'll have to blanch them along with the rest of the vegetables later on. And speaking of blanching, yes, we are blanching the vegetables. A longer step in the process, but totally worth it. So make yourself an ice bath and get some salted, boiling water in a pot going. Times for blanching vegetables vary, so just keep an eye and even taste as you go. Usually blanching is quick, from 1 to 3 minutes-ish. Place the vegetables one at a time in the boiling water and then remove to the ice bath. And no need to blanch the frozen peas, we will just toss them in at the end. And we're gonna set everything aside. Now, this dish has a topping, and that topping is like a cherry tomato topping. So get yourself 300 grams of cherry tomatoes and slice in half. In a small pan or pot on low to medium heat, add just a little drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, a small knob of butter, a couple smashed whole garlic cloves that we will remove later. The garlic is to infuse the oil and butter. And then we're gonna throw in 40 grams of pine nuts and toast. Once toasted, toss in the tomatoes along with some fresh torn basil, as much as you like, and season with salt. Give a gentle mix or toss and cook to keep the tomatoes firm and don't let them break down, because this whole recipe is about keeping the vegetables crisp and vibrant. So no fully breaking down and cooking down in this recipe. So once the tomatoes have warmed through, just set aside. Now that the hard work is done, let's bring it all together. Salt a large pot of boiling water and add your pasta. Cook a couple minutes before al dente, as we will finish cooking it in the sauce. I'm using spaghetti here, as I learned with the research, but I know a million pasta primavera recipes out there. Prefer penne, use whatever you like. In a large enough pan to hold everything, add a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil, chili flakes for some heat, and add the vegetables except for the tomato topping. Season with salt and saute for a few minutes just to warm everything through. Add your pasta to the pan along with some pasta water, and a ladle of chicken stock is also optional. And now it's time for la mantecatura, mixing and tossing the pasta, marrying the pasta to the sauce. Now at Le Cirque, this was done tableside, which is why the vegetables were all blanched, or else you'd have someone at your table cooking for like 20 minutes. Once everything has mixed in, we're gonna add in 200 mils of heavy cream, mixing and tossing, and then remove the pan from the heat, and finally grate as much Reggie, Parmigiano Reggiano as you like, and mix and then plate it up, top with your cherry tomato topping, garnish with some freshly cracked pepper, and bring it to the table.
Okay, so whether cereal had this pre-planned or it was just a happy accident, either way it is delicious. The blanching of the vegetables do help, helps keep everything crisp and vibrant and kind of like intact where it's not too mushy. I was worried about the mushrooms, but they actually turned out great. And the tomatoes, I love how they're not mushy, they're just warmed through perfectly with the toasted pine nuts. Everything about this is great, and I hope you give this one a go. As always, the full recipe is in the link in the description below. Please like and comment. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and until next time, ciao.